Alright, guys, this is Cheese. Update Living in my shed. Today is February 20th, 2021. Look what I got. I got a new wood stove. I got it yesterday, delivered yesterday. Uh, and I got it from my parents. I had it delivered to my parents so that I can get it. Because since I don't have the home address, I bought it to replace my old stove, my old little junk stove. It's a long story. I've been going through a nightmare. A lot of things that I didn't tell you guys. On the videos that I have shown you in the past, mostly I've shown you guys the good things. But all the bad things I didn't show because there's just too much problem, too much nightmare and torture, suffering. And I'm not gonna get into that because it's just too much to hear, too much even for listener to hear it. I'm gonna try to speak about good things and not the bad things. Long story short, my old stove didn't work out. It's been a nightmare. I tried everything to the best of my ability and based on the resource that I have. It's been a nightmare. The old stove couldn't fight against the back pressure, the wind coming from outside. It's very sensitive to wind direction. If the wind blows the wrong way, it will go right into the pipe and push the air back into my stove along with smoke. It pushes the smoke back into the stove, so it fills up inside the stove, and it's ready to explode. It can't take it. The smoke wants to come in instead of going outside the window. So smoke, it leaks and it just fills up my shed with smoke. I've been suffocating to death. I had to leave the door open, both the stove and the shed door, to get the smoke out and to improve circulation, to release pressure, so that somehow it helped to get air to go through the stove to help burn the wood and push against the wind that is coming inside. So it's been a nightmare. Even with that, even with the wind doors open, if the wind blows hard enough, I had troubles. The smoke would come back inside and fill up the place. It's been a nightmare. I tried different piping methods, and I run into different kind of problems. There was really no solution. It just didn't work for me because a lot of things been really bad. So I decided to upgrade my stove and got a new one. And this is called Caminus Air. It's a Russian manufacturer that manufacture tents and wood stove. That's the flagship model. Top of the line is the largest one, $770. I paid a lot of money, huge investment, $770. That's over 8 times more expensive than my old stove. That stove is a junk. It's got really poor design. It is unable to burn efficiently. That one does. It's designed, it's a night and day difference. After using it for a day since yesterday, Man, it's a huge difference. It burns wood much better. It keeps the heat intact inside the stove. It prevents heat from escaping, like getting wasted. Keeps inside very hot, very warm, and it holds the heat longer. It burns the wood much longer than my old one. It's bigger, it's deeper, wider, and taller, so there's more space for me to work with wood. I can put bigger wood in there. Blocks of woods, ones that are longer, won't fit in here, but it will fit here. So I don't have to worry about chopping them off. It's very hard to chop off wood this way. It's easier to chop off wood, slice wood this way, but not this way. Not with the axe that I have. I only have an axe. But I'll get to that detail later, maybe in later videos on how to cut wood, because I got good at it now. But it'll fit pretty much any size of wood in there. The whole thing is much bigger. It's got the intake. This is the door. This circle here, you pop it out to put wood in there. It's large enough to put big woods. There's enough space. And what's cool thing about this is that while this is open, while you are putting wood, smoke hardly gets out because of the design of this stove. It's got circulation pathway to push smoke back and up and to the pipe. It's a two floor. There's a metal shield. There's upstairs a tunnel for wind tunnel for smoke to channel out the smoke, out the chimney, out the exhaust. So it's a two floor. It's not just a one floor. It's got really cool design. So it keeps the smoke, it has much better control with smoke. It'll keep the smoke out, and it is able to burn wood even with a little bit of circulation, even with a little bit of air. I can keep the door closed, no problem, to keep the place warm and still be able to burn wood. This thing works like a vacuum tunnel. Very effective. It sucks air so good that it burns so effectively, even with just that little hole there. I was amazed. And this is adjustable intake. If you want a lesser air to go in, you slide this in all the way. If you want minimal air to go inside, if you want more air, you bring it out, pull it out. If you want more air, you just take it off. It's very adjustable, just like a heater thermostat. Like you can adjust the temperature almost like same way you do it in your homes, apartments. I got the piping done. Instructed by Jesus, instructed by God. He actually showed me how to do it, what to do it, how to apply tapes, everything. Look at that. Look at that exhaust pipe. Look at that installation. Look, it's straight up too. I didn't use any special tools. I was able to do it with God's help. Jesus told me. Because I was worried, because I don't have the tools, I don't have the metal bracket or holder to hold the pipe in place, because that thing it's got pretty good weight. It's a stainless steel, it's not aluminum. so it's not feather light. So there's going to be more force. It will want to move sideways, and it would. I was worried that when the wind blows, it would knock it off. Because there's not enough support structure to hold the pipe in place. Jesus told me not to worry. He said, "No, go ahead and put two blocks, two two segments of pipes on there." Even though I don't have the tools, he knows what I have and what I don't have. He told me not to worry and go ahead and put two on there, because I was gonna put just one pipe, one segment, since I don't have the stuff. He said, "No, put two on there." So I did it as he said. It comes with the deflector. That deflector comes with the stove. And he actually showed me, he guided me how to apply tapes, where to apply tapes and how to apply it on the elbow and also inside the pipe to secure connection. And it actually worked, because the pipe size is slightly different than my elbow pipe that I got from the hardware store. That stove pipe is slightly bigger than that elbow pipe, so I had trouble fitting. It was loose, very loose. Jesus guided me how to remedy that and get it, and he said that it will work. So I did it as he said, and it's working. Right now, two tapes are holding the pipe on the window. Those are the all-weather the tapes for pipes, for stove pipes. So that's holding it to prevent this from shifting, from falling sideways. He said, "Don't worry, it's not gonna get knocked off." Jesus says that it's gonna be alright for now. So I trust in him. Man, look at that. At first try, it works. This is a first attempt, not second or third or fourth. I set it up yesterday, and it worked perfectly since yesterday. It is able to get the smoke out the pipe, out the window. Wow, look at that. It's been burning good. Huge difference. This stove, because it holds the heat longer and it burns wood longer and it burns thoroughly, where this one fails to burn wood if there's not enough air going into it. I was able to keep the door closed and sleep no problem. I let it running last night with 3 blocks of wood, and it ran for several hours. It kept warm for several hours. So by the time in the morning when I woke up this morning, it was much better. It was much warmer than before. It got 11 degrees warmer than outside today. This morning it was 15 Fahrenheit outside. In here it was 26 Fahrenheit. So that's 11 degrees warmer. A lot better than this one. This one did, if I left it running overnight, which it doesn't, fire dies out in 30 minutes to an hour. Anyway, when I left it running overnight and wake up next morning, it's about 4 degrees warmer in here. That one 11 degrees warmer. Much better. The problem is it would have been much better inside, much warmer, if I had a proper insulation in my shed. That's what's holding it back. That stove is doing its job, not the shed. because there's no insulation, the heat escapes pretty quickly. So once I get the insulation done, it will be nice and cozy and warm in here in the morning, overnight to the morning, you know. But man, that stove is working. It's awesome. That's ceramic glass, by the way. It's ceramic glass on both sides. So you can see through, you can see the wood, how progress of how the woods are burning. It's really useful, and it's really nice at night because that light, glowing orange light, it lights up the place. So it's really nice to look at, and it gives you some light. That ceramic glass is fireproof. It doesn't break, it doesn't melt. It actually is stronger than a regular thin metal. And it radiates heat better than the metal, from what I heard. And I'm experiencing it. It does radiate heat better. It warms up the place quicker, and it's warmer. Much better than this one. And it is able to regulate smoke much better. I haven't experienced smoke getting in here at all, except when if I open that whole thing open, that door open. But to put wood in there, there's no smoke coming out, so it keeps the place nice and clear. I've been suffering really bad with that smoke when I was using that. Jesus told me that it is okay for me to get that. It's not a mistake, that I'm not going the wrong direction, that I'm not going against His will. It is part of His will. He says that is okay. Even though $770 is a lot of money, it is not to Him, not to His agenda, not to His plan. He knows the future. He is perfect. He says that is okay. So it's not a problem. So I'm using that. It is my investment because I'm going to be living here permanently. I'm not out here to camp. I'm not here for camping. I'm not out here temporarily, hoping, or I'm not even hoping or waiting to move into a better place, into housing. That is not my plan, guys. Jesus is guiding me. He told me to stay here. Don't go back to apartment, because then He's going to kick me out again. He's going to push me out. He's going to bring troubles so that I can't stay in the free housing, the government provided housing. He wants me to get out of there, not necessarily because of comfort and luxury and laziness. He has planned for me. He wants me to stay out here to get ready, to build, to get tools and start building, start preparing, get the place settled down, and have tools to build stuff like furniture, shelves, tables. And He wants me to have another shed built in front of my shed for my parents to move in, because those days are coming. He says that my parents will really have financial shock, trouble, where they will have to move out of their homes, their house, and they will need a shelter to live. Jesus told me that I'll be there to help them, to provide them shelter. So I'll be building another shed, make it nice so that it will be livable, habitable for them. especially for my mom because she's very fragile. She's very weak. She can't withstand cold temperature, the winter. So Jesus told me, he instructed me everything, step by step, every bit of it, insulation, everything, for both my shed and their shed, my parents' shed. So he has planned for me. I'm going by following his schedule on a daily basis, monthly basis, and the forecast that he's giving me, what to do this year and what to do next year. All these are coming, guys. Financial troubles are coming. It will get worse. It will get bad. And people need to be wise, seeking God and follow his ways, his guidance. And preparation is part of it. We need to prepare spiritually, mentally, and physically, all of it. This is why Jesus had me out here to make a living, to start, to get used to work things out, to be able to live out here in the wilderness without getting much support. Be able to live out here in the winter without electricity, without living in apartments. And I'm making it through. It's been very cold and a lot of snow here. And now that it appears that warm fronts are coming. So it's going to get warmer. The cold, super extreme cold temperature and snow is going to go away, it looks like. But I still got that anyway because it's still going to be cold even in March in the morning. It's going to get pretty chilly. So it's still going to come to a good use. However, like I said, I got that for investment, for permanent use, for the future, for next winter and after that. So I had to get it. Jesus told me to get it anyways. All right, guys. That's the update so far. All right. All right. I guess that's about it for now. And the scooter is coming. Jesus told me to get electric scooter. That I have to have it, he says. That I need it for transportation. It's more about need, not as for toy. Although I do like electric scooter. He knows I like electric scooter, but he says I need it. And that I have to get it for transportation for the future. Because it will help me out greatly to carry stuff and haul stuff in the future. Those days are coming. And it will also help out my parents because they're going to be needing stuff. And the scooter will be there to assist, to provide transportation, to transport cargo. So there's going to be a lot of use to it. All right, guys, I will provide updates as things progress. All right.